Hey guys, welcome back to WiseKracks. Jon Orlando, Bill Krackomberger. We have Derek Stevens on. I've been promising him to come on to let us know about what's going on in this contest. Derek, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Sorry I missed you last week. I'm getting ready. My daughter's getting married here at the end of August, so she's got a couple of events going, so I got tied up, but I'm glad to be here. I'm honored to be here.
I didn't know you had kids old enough to be married. That's great.
My son got married in April.
Okay.
My youngest is getting married in August, so I got a two-team parlay in the summer of 26.
Wow, you have an expensive year here.
Yeah.
Well, great. Listen, everyone wants to know about Circa Survivor. I'm a guy that likes millions. I like the value. I like using overlay a little bit. I like to make sure that maybe a little more strategy involved with the picking, but there's some strategy involved in Survivor too, but we know there's a lot of luck involved in both. What is the current pace compared to last year? Are we going to reach these guarantees this year? Well,
you know, I obviously want to hit 6 million in Circa Million.
Right.
The reason is I don't want to take the hit and cover the overlay
like we have
the last couple years. But I feel pretty good right now that we're pacing above the 6 million. I'm going to put a pitch in for Circa Million. You'll like this. I think this is, you know, obviously a contest we take no rake, but I think this is a very positive EV contest, and here's the reason. We're going to take $1.2 million out of that 6 million, and that goes into the quarters. Anything over 6 million, it's going into the quarters. So at a minimum, 20% of the prize pool, maybe more if we go over, goes into the quarters. And why this is important is because you're going to see a lot of people, as the season goes on, fade away from putting picks in. So let's just say, you know how we always talk about this no pick scenario?
Sure.
So let's say on opening week, maybe we have a couple hundred people with no picks. Out of 6 million, okay, that's a 3% advantage, you know, right there on an EV perspective. That also has an impact on the quarter. But then as the quarters go on, by the time you get to the third quarter, maybe you're only going to have 75% of the people put picks in. By the fourth quarter, maybe 60%. So when you think about each quarter is worth 5%, and then all of a sudden only 75% are going in, well, that's another 1.25% of EV right there, and a little bit more in the fourth. So I view this contest between the no picks and then as people maybe lose interest towards the end, effectively we're probably looking at probably a positive 6%, 7% EV, and that doesn't even matter how big it gets. So I think for the EV guys, Circa Million is where you got to focus.
Like I said in the beginning, especially what Derek's saying is, people forget to put picks in, but even if you put picks in and you start out bad doing, you know, maybe you're 0-10 the first 2 weeks, you say, this contest, I'm dead. And then maybe after the first quarter or second quarter, you lose interest. Well, there's still contests within the contest.
Right.
And that's what brings them in. And by the way, something we didn't mention in these contests, you get a free hat. No, something we didn't mention, no, you do get a free hat, but no rake.
No rake.
That's the biggest thing. No rake contest. One of my questions, and I'm usually spontaneous, but I even wrote down, how do you continue to do this year after year with no rake? Because I'm thinking, yes, it does bring a lot of foot traffic in. People come in, sign up, they stay at Circa, but it still costs you guys a lot of money to put these on. Am I saying the right thing? It would cost you a lot of money for someone, just your system and to maintain, and people that are involved. It does cost money.
Yeah, I think sometimes people don't understand the cost of putting a contest on like that. You know, when we first started this with no rake, we kind of thought, well, that's kind of a different approach. But then I really thought, you know, the rake, a lot of people when you're playing it, you get worried about the rake. And we thought, okay, this would be a good marketing plan. What a lot of people don't understand, whether we had a rake or not, that's a small percentage of what it costs to run the contest.
Right.
You know, recently, you know, it's a little new competition online this year, and they got an 8% rake on the contest.
Yeah.
I don't think they understand. It costs us $7 million to run these contests.
I didn't know it cost that much.
Yeah, I mean, this is a massive loser. So, like, to me, I'm wondering, why would somebody else want to do this unless you have a different way of monetizing it? It doesn't make sense to me. Plus, you know, I mean, think about the advertising we're doing with the San Diego Padres, we're doing with the Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox. We have all the radio. We got 40 different radio stations across the country. We fund a docu-series about the whole series.
Yeah, I've been on it with you. Yeah.
And then we've got all the compliance costs and all the know your customers. So yeah, this year it'll probably cost us about $7 million to run our contest. So that's a long way to answer your question. Is it worth it? Yeah, we still think it's worth it, but obviously for us the key thing is getting people to Circa, because what happens is, you know, over the course of let's say the month of August and the first 2 weeks of September, we're probably going to pick up an extra $2 million of food revenue. We're going to pick up an extra, I could say $2 million of hotel revenue, but a lot of this is comp revenue. But when you get the players in, what are they going to do? Well, yeah, they're going to get a comp room, but maybe they're going to, they get the free entry to Stadium Swim, but maybe they're going to want to ball out. They're going to take a cabana for $5,000. Yeah. So when you think about the impact of Stadium Swim, that's probably worth an extra $1 million to $1.5 million throughout the course of the summer. Then you start thinking about, okay, well, what about beverage? Well, beverage is a significant part of it.
The bars.
And then, we haven't even started talking about the gambling side. People that buy 10 entries into Circa Survivor or Circa Million, they have a high propensity to maybe hit a blackjack table. And then, you're always sitting around a bar, your little video poker. Yep. And then guess what? It's a big chunk of our futures betting here. When people are coming into these contests, what do they also do? Hey, give me $25,000 on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I want a ladder, and I want $25,000 Chiefs to division, Chiefs to conference, Chiefs to Super Bowl. And the next thing you know, the guy from Buffalo, same thing, $25,000 across the board. So those are the elements that come in. And then for us, to take it to the next step, is that we get to meet a lot of customers that wouldn't walk into our place. And when they walk in, many of them might like it. They might be Bellagio customers, or they could be Aria customers, it could be Caesar's Palace customers, Wynn customers. And they come down here like, oh, we like it. Whether they ever end up coming and staying here down the road, maybe not. But, they might be coming back in October for a college football weekend. They may be coming out for Super Wild Card weekend. Sure. So this contest has some legs to it that has impact. I don't look at this like, what's the cost to run the contest? That's the one thing. But it's how we develop customers and how our casino hosts get to develop these relationships. How these relationships get developed with these proxies. I mean, this is all part of this ecosystem. So yeah, for us to run the contest this year, kind of we looked at them like between the advertising. Now, I do get the ability to put my foot on the gas every now and then. I mean, you gotta go to the gas station. You get a little advertisement there. So we can add or subtract as we get closer. Electronic billboards throughout town, stuff like that.
The airport, coming down the escalator.
Airport. There we go.
First thing you get hit with, So you can't get into Vegas without seeing it.
So I don't have a fixed cost, but I would say $7 million, give or take. Usually I add a little more at the end to boost it, but yeah, that's what it costs us to run the contest.
How about how transparent? You have a casino
It's
owner
great.
That's so transparent. These big corporations that branding. He knows the value of branding.
It's like you said earlier. You said there's the contest within the contest. You basically created the season within the season. Like, you already know you're going to be busy football season just by the nature of football season, but now it's like you own football season when you do something like this for all those reasons you just mentioned. It's really, it's genius. But you've always been a visionary. I mean, I told you the first time you were on WiseKracks with us a few years ago, like, I thought, but before I ever met you, I thought you were crazy for building this downtown. I was like, that's never going to work. I couldn't have been more wrong. Like, you literally made downtown what it is.
Well, for us, I always think in business, no matter what business you're in, could be a restaurant, it could be software development, it could be casino, hospitality. You gotta focus in on, and you gotta know your customer. And then you gotta focus on the customer. You could be wrong. I mean, business is tough. But if you focus on one thing and you focus on the customer and you try to come up with an experience that a customer would want, I think you're going down the right path. For me, you know, I'm not an art guy. I'm not cultured in that manner, so I wanted to stay the hell out of that. But I love sports. I love sports gambling. I've been coming here since I've been under 21, and
we all were.
And you know, for me, I always thought about those moments in my life that impacted me, like that moment I walked in to Caesar's Palace the first time at that sports book. I go, whoa. Yeah. That's ingrained. That's a memory I'll never forget. The first time I walked into the Las Vegas Hilton, I thought, oh my God, the greatest joint I ever seen. It's unbelievable. And I wanted to create something that would attract people. And I thought, well, you know, we're not going to have 8,000 hotel rooms here, so I'm not going to compete on hotel rooms. I don't have the money to do that. I don't really want to do that. But I wanted to create something that was best in class, that attracted a demographic of people that were somewhat like-minded. And I know when people come to Vegas, a lot of them are very, very loyal to Caesars properties. Maybe there's a Caesars property in their hometown, so they got all the points, they're going to stay at Caesars. Maybe there's people that are loyal to MGM properties. Maybe there's people that are loyal to Wynn properties. Maybe there's people that are loyal to their Hyatt points or their Hilton points or their Marriott, their Bonvoy points. They're going to stay somewhere else. So let's not focus on the hotel component, but let's focus in on a subset of the hotel. There's 160,000 hotel rooms in Vegas. A certain percentage of those people that are going to be in those rooms tonight are big-time sports fans. And if you're big-time sports fans, wouldn't you want to come out and see the world's largest sports book? So I'm really trying to take, you know, a few people from every place, even Airbnbs, whatever stuff. And this is a great place. If you love sports, you love math, you love numbers, you love gambling, this is who I wanted to attract.
And you're here every Sunday watching the games too. Or even though Sunday's usually a day off for most executives, people, but are you during the season though? You're kind of here most of the Sundays, right?
I love it. I mean, and the way things are going, I might be here even more. I'm here a lot, but I mean, this streaming stuff's for the birds, Bill.
Right.
I'm telling you, I got to see every game.
Right.
You know,
right.
You know, this thing is going on, like this change and
this channel, yeah.
I mean, you know, you're flipping back. This is like one of those things that's new and improved, but actually it's new and worse. You know,
Wow.
in the old days, I think we all loved Sunday Ticket. We all loved the Red Zone.
Yeah,
we
Red
all
Zone.
love being able to watch I got to watch all the games. I don't want to have any buffering and the latency. Drive me crazy. I'm watching my phone all the time.
Right.
I cannot deal with a 65-second, a 90-second late. Are you kidding me?
And it is that long.
This is terrible.
It is that long. It is that long of a delay.
Yeah.
And you know, where else can you go? I said this multiple times on all my platforms. I just talked about this on Fox Sports Radio. I talked about you a couple weeks ago on Fox Sports Radio. I said, where else can you go and go into a casino and say hello to the owner? He's happy to shake your hand, bring you, come to the bar. Right, come to the bar. I just said it.
Or at Barry's sometimes. You go to Barry's, have dinner, and
yeah, he's in there. No, it's just so cool. And there's not a lot of old school vibes and old school transparent people. You just said so much stuff that you didn't have to say how much you're spending on this. People want to know this. I've been asked this a multitude of times. I've been saving this question. When can they play these contests at your other casinos outside of Nevada? Now, that's going to take a lot, I guess. I might even violate the 61 Wire Act. I don't know how these contests work. When is the Survivor going to be maybe more of a national contest? Are you shooting for that? That may be very costly too.
So let me answer your last question first.
All right.
Are we shooting for a national contest? I would tell you the answer to that is it depends. It depends on the regulatory environment and it depends on the story. If we were to offer any of our football contests out of state where people could register remotely,
yes.
I already said what it costs to run these things.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there's going to be a rake on it. You got to pay for it. We run a no rake contest by coming here.
Sure.
And our business model, I gave you all the different benefits we have of having people come here. So if we were to do something where you could sign up in Illinois or Kentucky or in the future in Arizona, things like that, it would depend. So is that a goal? Not necessarily, but it depends on how the regulatory environment shakes out. I would also say that based upon our legal counsel, we are of the belief it's still not legal. And because we have a gaming license in 6 jurisdictions, 7 coming up early next year in Arizona, I don't want to risk our gaming license because we currently believe doing that is not legal. There's a couple lawyers that have put out some white papers that say it's legal, but it's never been tested. And I'm certainly not going to risk that because I don't believe that to be a legal scenario today for multiple reasons.
I got you. John, we've taken enough of his time here.
Well, I have one quick question. I play a lot of poker. Just got done playing a World Series of Poker for this whole summer.
My condolences.
I got Bill back into the poker scene last year. He played the senior event. This year he played the main event. What do we got to do to get you to play either the senior event or the...
He's not a senior yet.
I'm a senior.
All right. I didn't know.
Hell yeah. I'll take whatever advantage I got.
Right? Or the main event next year. Can it happen? Would you ever do it?
I would tell you, I don't know how to play poker.
Okay. I don't let that stop me, Derek.
From John.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I don't know how to play poker. Like everybody asks, how do you not know how to play poker? I go, well, there's only so many minutes in a day, right? I enjoy it. I've played in 2 games in the last 2 years. Both were charity events. Greg Maddox's event that we do.
You have it here.
We do it here. So I get a seat at the Greg Maddox event.
Okay.
So I enjoy it. But I will tell you, I needed help. I could I wasn't sure. Is a straight better than a flush or not? I wasn't.
Right.
That's kind of where.
Okay.
So that's kind of my level.
We can fix all these problems, Derek.
I do it for the social aspect.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching these arrivals at the main event. Wherever I would get posted or whatever table I would get sat at, I would be considered a lamb being given at sacrifice to the other 8 guys at that opening table. But I would do it. I would do it for a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I would wear a logo.
Right, of course. That's what I'm saying.
I get a little social media.
A little Circa
When
love.
you were a kid, though, you were in Michigan
Yeah.
as a kid. You guys didn't play poker games as a kid? First of all, did your dad allow gambling?
No. There was no poker in my household. There's no poker within my friend set.
Wow.
Even when I went to college. I think maybe I was of the era that was a little bit before the poker. I was out of college before the moneymaker. What was the moneymaker year?
Like 2002 or
Oh yeah, I was way out of college. by then.
Rounders, the movie Rounders came out in 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was out of college by
Right.
then. So poker wasn't. I can tell you, we gambled on football. I can tell you that.
Right.
Every single guy in my fraternity was betting on a game. We were all into that. But I can tell you, I don't remember anybody ever say, "Hey, you want to play a poker game?" It wasn't a thing back in.
Okay.
It wasn't a thing back in the late '80s and early '90s.
Sports betting was, though, a little bit.
Sports betting certainly was. I mean, absolutely. But poker just was never. No, there's nothing against it, but nobody. I would think if I could take myself back to the era and say, "Hey, let's go play Texas Hold'em," I would bet very few people would have known the rules.
What was your business before these casinos? What was your business before? People don't know. But what did you do before you ventured into the old Fitzgerald's, right? That was Fitzgerald's,
Yeah,
correct?
Golden Gate was my first one.
Oh, Golden Gate. Okay, Golden.
2006.
Yeah,
So I've
Golden
been in
Gate.
Vegas 20 years.
Okay. What did you do 25 years ago?
I ran an automotive manufacturing company.
Okay.
In Detroit, right?
Make parts for cars.
Make parts for cars. Just decided to come out to Vegas and take a shot.
Well, I make parts for cars. I still make parts for cars.
Oh, okay.
So it's still a business I'm in.
All
But I always wanted to grow a business. And I really came to love my automotive manufacturing business. But what I love is taking a business and growing a business. I love growing teams, building up teams, growing businesses. And I felt that to grow a business as quickly as possible, I needed to go to a state that didn't have an income tax. So frankly, I focused in on 4 states, and I knew I wanted to keep my business on auto parts manufacturing. I'm still the CEO of that company. It's a great business, but we plow everything back into our businesses. And if we were paying state income tax, that reduces how much you can put back into future businesses. So I looked at 4 states. I looked at Alaska, I looked at Nevada, I looked at Texas, and I looked at Florida. Florida was more real estate oriented, and that didn't really excite me. Plus, I don't like the humidity.
Sure.
Texas, with great respect and reverence, I thought, man, at my age, I was in my late 30s. I did not grow up talking about natural gas and oil at Thanksgiving dinner.
Sure.
And I think you got to really start talking about, I thought I was a little too old to get into what I consider to be a business that I didn't want to go through the learning curve there. Right. Alaska, I just thought was too far away, and it's too damn cold in the winter.
Can't see you being in Alaska, even though you were in Michigan, a little bit too cold.
And then, it wasn't really a hard decision because I've been coming out to Vegas, like I said earlier. So before I was 21, I love Nevada. I love the weather. I love the sunshine. I love the people. I love I love the convention and the hospitality element, and obviously I love sports and I love gambling. I love the events. I mean, to me, what I find exciting, whatever city you're in on, let's just say a Friday afternoon, could be coming out of New York. I've taken flights from these cities coming into Vegas on Friday afternoons. I've done it from Newark. I've done it from Atlanta, I've done it from Cincinnati, I've done it from Minneapolis, I've done it from Seattle, I've done it from San Francisco, I've done it from San Diego, LA, Phoenix. There's nothing like a Friday afternoon flight into Las Vegas. When you're in that fuselage, the energy in the plane is high. It's different. It's different than if you go to any other city in this country.
Yes.
Yeah. It's amazing. People are excited. And I always felt it myself coming from Detroit all the time. I remember the first few years I was out here, my kids were still in high school, so I flew back and forth every week for about 4 years to Detroit.
Wow. Okay.
And there was something special about when you get on that flight. You know that you can feel it.
You could.
It's a little bit different coming in. And when you see the lights, that's where these myths come. Oh, they add oxygen to casinos.
Yeah.
Now everybody gets all hyped up because you're coming to Vegas.
We talked about that on last week's show, the myth of oxygen in the casino. Yeah, so, and there is, and then sometimes you fly back, where I was flying back to either New York, Newark, or Philly. There's a difference on the plane. It's quiet going back. My father, old school, he used to get so upset, almost tear up. He didn't want to leave during flying back to Newark. So it is a big difference, though. And anything else for Derek? We really appreciate having you on.
This was really great.
Thank you for giving us a half hour of your time.
I have watch envy. Oh, it's amazing.
I love this watch. This is I bought this when F1 was was coming here, because I saw Richard Mill was a sponsor of F1.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about F1. I watched the series on Netflix. Enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And I was never a watch guy. So I had a couple watches, and Nicole and I were talking, and I'm going to go buy a watch. So
well, you're a watch guy now.
I love this little 67. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Now it's my daily
gorgeous.
watch. I love it.
It's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
All right, hey guys, bring in a couple more friends. Chris the Bear, Fallica, Geoff Schwartz, my co-host on Fox Sports Radio. And guys, what are you doing here? No, I'm so happy that Jeff's wife let him come out. A lot of pressure on this.
We know who,
you know how many times she's texted me, Bill, what's he doing? Strip club? What?
Exactly.
Why is there more money out of the bank account going in?
Yeah.
Exactly. Why is it always coming out and not coming in?
She did actually ask me that last week. She goes, you always put money in, but I just spend it. I just use it.
I never asked you this, Geoff. Yeah. Now, before you played 8 years in the NFL, were you with your wife then?
I met her when I first got in the NFL.
When you first got, okay.
Yeah, so she knows me we had nothing. When I was a practice squad player, much less money. She was a medical assistant. Obviously I'm where I'm at, and she's now executive of the hospital. So
oh, wow. You still got her working?
Oh, she loves to work.
That's great. I'm so glad you got to work.
Part of it is that she has to work. Otherwise, I don't know what she would do all day. She's like a type A. Like, I don't know what she would do with her life.
She comes out here to this electric daisy thing.
Oh, EDC, yeah.
EDC.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so it's partying, going crazy.
Yeah, and then she'll handle hiring 20 doctors in a month.
Someone's cheering.
What happened?
Someone's cheering for the Dodgers. Ohtani hit a home run. So, guys, we're talking about anti-Dodgers things. The Dodgers have lost 5 in a row.
Yep.
5 in a row.
I think was 15 and 13.
So they get the big trade, and on Sunday, I think they're Saturday night, and everyone's back. We interviewed the director of risk of BetMGM, and everyone's firing Dodgers Super Bowl, Dodgers World Series, Dodgers playoff, Dodgers, and
at that point you're too late.
It's too late. Everyone has adjusted. I made a video on it Sunday, and listen, are they the favorites? Yes. Should they get there? Absolutely. Should they win the World Series? Oh, they have the talent to, but I'm not betting with the current odds.
Look at last year. They're 1 out away from losing.
Yeah.
Arguably should have lost.
Yes.
Arguably should have lost.
Even better, they win.
And 2 years ago, against San Diego, they're throwing a bullpen game for survival in the first round.
Yeah.
And they won it. So while they have the best team, it's baseball. It's so random. Anything they couldn't run into Miz twice in a 5-game or 7-game series and lose. Like, it's possible.
So do you guys come here to town for Bet Bash every year, or just you're doing your podcast?
This is the first time. Spanky reached out and invited us to do it this year, which we're happy to do. It's great to come out here and see everybody. So yeah, we'll do
and aren't the fans great?
Yes,
aren't the people?
That's the thing
people
that I
are so
love
good
about, and not to name other names, or remember in the past how Superbook used to do like the symposiums and the panels. I used to love that. I'd come out every year and do them, meet a bunch of people. They were great. And I've missed that so much. And this is kind of the same type of deal now.
You're on Fox now.
Yes.
Right? And now do you do Fox every weekend? Or is it Friday? Or is it every day?
Every weekend, big noon kickoff. Wherever the show is, from 10 to noon on Fox before that noon game. And then we do the Bear Bet show 3 times a week. We do one Monday.
Is that you guys together?
Yeah, it's myself, Geoff, Sammy P, Will Hill, and every occasion.
Oh, good guys.
Bruce Feldman on Friday. So yeah, Monday, Thursday,
Do you
Friday.
film that in New York?
We do the Thursday show in New York. Yes, Monday we film from home. Friday we film from site with myself and Bruce Feldman.
Nice. You fly to New York?
Yes, I fly to New York every week. So we do this record Thursday. I come home. He then goes off to wherever he goes for big new kickoff. We do that till probably mid-January, really, right? Yeah, until the football season's over.
So my big question, the reason why I wanted to have you on, do either you or you participate in Survivor or Millions?
Yes and yes.
Oh, okay.
I just entered a couple in Survivor, and I had not entered Millions for a while, just because I felt like I was kind of dead money. But I was like, you know what? Why don't I take one less Survivor, and now enter in Millions, which
could be a little bit of an overlay.
Probably going to be a little bit of an overlay.
Yep.
And maybe we get a season in the NFL where it kind of reverts back to what it had been in the past, where it's a little more contrarian. It isn't necessarily favorites covering at a ridiculous clip every week. So if it's that, you get that, and then you're always alive for either a booby prize or a quarterly. More opportunities to win. And I don't want to press any buttons and get
sure.
Here, but while I love Survivor, I love it. It's great. Do you get the sense maybe Survivor now is a little bit more of a bankroll type tournament with a little bit of the poker bros?
Derek just said something I never even realized. People at Survivor, you're doing bad, and you say to yourself, if I'm not doing good, forget about. They don't realize there's contest within the contest.
Yep.
And there's some value there maybe towards the end, people not putting in that quarterly thing. Yep. So, it should be great. So I just wanted to get a couple minutes with you guys. And you guys are doing your podcast today. You're flying out.
Yep.
Yes.
You're flying back out.
Thursday.
Tomorrow. Good.
Yes.
Well, good. Thanks for coming on, guys. Thanks for
Boy,
coming
we didn't
on.
even get asked for a pick. No pressure.
You want to give us a pick? What do you want to pick?
Yeah,
give the guys some plays.
I played Georgia plus 280 to win the SEC. You might be able to find a better price.
Okay.
I think they're good. Did I say ACC or SEC?
You said we like Miami to win the ACC.
Yeah, we like the Miami.
It's the same type. It's the same type of philosophy, but you're getting a better price because I think there's a really good chance Georgia might be the only SEC team to win 10 games. They're gonna be in the SEC championship game. And if they're there, you got them at plus 280. You're either going to be a small favorite or a pick 'em. You can figure out what to do. And it's the same thing with Miami and Texas Tech in the ACC and Big 12. They're going to be in the game, and they'll be an even bigger favorite. So you offered up a little bit more of an opportunity maybe to kind of take
And
the dog.
I'm sure you know this. I'm doing Fox Sports Radio 4 years now with Geoff Schwartz as my co-host, and it took him 2 years to tell me he bets parlays. By accident, I hear him in the background saying, I said, whoa, what'd you just say?
I do one a week.
He never told me this. He's been firing on the bankroll on parlays.
I take, Bettor does one every week too.
Okay.
So to be fair, and sometimes we like tail each other. I like to do one college a week, maybe one NFL a week. That's it. I'm not doing
And in fairness, in his defense, it's a lot of, we maybe find some people that might not be the sharpest knives in
Is
the
it
drawer.
betting against?
Yes.
Yes.
We found don't worry, we found some people to bet against.
Yeah. So
Now,
that's what it is.
if you tell me he's teasing college football,
No.
then we got a problem.
No,
Then you
okay.
have to throw him off the show.
Good.
No teasing college football.
No teasing college football.
Only NFL.
I'm just busting
very
balls.
rarely.
Listen, I
But
know
I do the parlays.
everyone bets. I said, listen, I have waved the white towel. You bet $100 on a straight bet, you can bet $5 on a parlay.
I send him my parlay
$10.
slips every week.
Yeah,
when
we're
I
just
lose.
kidding.
I'm just like one. I know you love this, buddy. But look, okay, so not to give away what we're doing today, but I like NC State over this season. CJ Bailey's really good as a quarterback. All Dave Doran does is win, and their team is better this season, and their schedule is easy. No Miami, no SMU, no Clemson. They get Louisville at home, and they get the other Duke at home as well. I like Michigan State under. They're going to just be bad. I was at Big Ten Media Day last week talking to Pat Fitzgerald. He's at disadvantage. He wasn't good at Northwestern. Remember, he was 4-20 the last 2 years at Northwestern.
Okay.
He sat out a couple of years. He got this job, and when coaches get new jobs, they bring their own players in, right? Like Matt Campbell went to Penn State. He brought in 23 Iowa State players. Pat Fitzgerald brought in 0 players. He doesn't have a team to bring in with them. So he's starting brand new.
Bob Chesney, UCLA, same thing.
Brand new. So I think it's a tough year for them, for Michigan State. I took Miami and Texas Tech as well. It just makes sense. Like I tried to fade Texas Tech this season, but their schedule, you can't with their schedule. Like they're just, college football a lot of times comes down to, do you have more players than the team you're playing? Do you have better players? We're seeing less upsets at the top of college football, I think, now because of that. Texas Tech just has better players than the rest of the Big 12, and they miss the other teams that could possibly compete with them on a Saturday basis. So I think those make a lot of sense.
I like how Geoff goes he talks to the coaches, talks to the camp.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you go to Carolina? Did you go to the
I went to Panthers
Panthers?
practice.
What do you got
day.
for the game tomorrow?
Well, look, so they're not going to play the starters, obviously, and there's rumors they're going to play Haynes King for a while.
Okay.
I'm not sure King can throw the ball yet. So
I was going to say, what is that? Is that that's an under probably play, right? You would think.
It's 35.5, I think.
Doesn't everyone take under in the first Hall of Fame game? Like that's what everyone does, right? They just bet the under, but
Well, you'd think it would be adjusted then, and the books know it too.
yeah, but they don't, right? So
And you'll probably get you'll get a lot of Carson Beck for Arizona.
You're getting a lot of Carson Beck.
I heard that's the reason why the line moved back a little
so
bit.
I saw. I don't know who had this joke on Twitter, but Carson Beck might throw the last pass in college football and the first pass of the NFL season.
Wow.
Which has probably never been done before.
Well, listen,
sorry,
watch
I'm sorry.
these guys. They
I
got
didn't
some good
mean to, I'm
information.
sorry.
Watch
I
their
didn't
shows
mean
too. We appreciate it, guys. Appreciate having there's some picks there. Hey guys, welcome back to WiseKracks. Real excited over here at the Circa Bet Bash in town. Lots of people coming by. Got the sanitizer out. John's a germphobe. I'm trying to. People are coming up to him like crazy, and we got our one of our producers. Our regular producer's not here today. We have Tom today, and Tom and Gil Alexander both look like they're right out of the 70s porn. Like, all right, with the hair, the hat. And Gil has the porn glasses. I mean, they would, yeah.
Quality.
Yeah.
All right, so we have, of course, Jon Orlando, Travis Geiger here today. One of the WagerWire founders, one of them, right? There's a couple of guys?
Yeah,
or are you the guy?
Me and my 2 best friends from UCLA.
Wow.
But he's like the leader, you know. You're putting him on the spot.
Yeah, you don't want to
He
say
doesn't
nothing.
wanna brag about it.
John,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
gonna watch this.
He's the guy. Oh.
Yeah, no. Well, he's got family money.
They'll watch.
Me?
Oh,
No.
big
It's,
money.
It's all hard earned. Everything's hard earned.
And
Figure it out, you know.
Like that's why I love this show. That's why we're here.
so I'll tell you what. Like he was saying, you know, should I get some questions? No, we do things spontaneously here, Travis. So I want people to know a little bit because I am. Obviously, you guys know, everyone knows, I'm against parlays. People are parlays. They make up 60 to 70% of the sports book's profit. So, of course, I'm looking to help the public. Don't bet parlays, but it doesn't matter. Whatever I say, they're still going to bet parlays. And I am literally have waved the white towel, white handkerchief, because I said, listen, all right, you're going to bet them anyway. I have like my co-host on Fox, Geoff Schwartz, NFL player. It took him like years to admit that he bets parlays because he knows I'm against them. And I said, all right, Geoff, you could bet them. Go ahead. I'm going to give you some good plays, preseason football, great moves, but yet you still want to bet parlays with this stuff. Bet 10% of what you'd bet on a bet. So if you bet $100 on a straight bet, go ahead. You want to bet $5 or $10 on a 5-teamer? I'm not doing it, but if you're going to do it anyway. So your company's based on parlay bettors coming to you, trying to maybe hedge after they win a leg or two. Am I correct?
So actually, what our company is based on is letting people get in and out of their positions. So oftentimes the most lucrative is when you're a couple legs in. But it can be futures, it can even be same game. And that's why 5 years ago when we started WagerWire, before prediction markets, what we were doing was, we were addressing, I think, the problems that you have with parlays, which is that the house is taking an incredibly big cut, that actually it's a losing proposition, that you're probably going to get 3 out of the 4 every single time. So what we wanted to do is give people an out. And then what prediction markets do, which we can get into, is it really takes away that house cut as much. Now there still is a house, it's people on the other side, sometimes institutions, but we're not dealing with a guaranteed 60% haircut on the value of the thing. So to your point, what we really wanted to do was create a StubHub or an eBay for sports bets where you could sell your position after you place it at the window. And the most lucrative bets for people were parlays in progress. The way that we got into prediction markets, which we can talk about, if you guys want to, is that our savviest market makers call it. We're taking Dodgers last leg yes on a bet, let's call it at Circa, and then taking Dodgers no on Kalshi and locking in that EV. And so what we wanted to do was just give the power back to the bettors. We didn't want to be part of this toxic cycle of parlays. We just wanted to be positional trading.
It's funny you say that. So yesterday someone texted me from Kalshi. I don't know. But he said, I manage trade relationships at Kalshi. I would imagine there are ways we can benefit one of another. For a phone call today. I didn't call him Stu. All right, see your name, Stu.
Hey, Stu.
I live in Nevada. Kalshi's illegal here. We can't use Kalshi.
Unless you're filming a Netflix doc.
Yeah, no, we can't. So, yeah, it would be a market maker would not be applicable here in Nevada. We don't have those. We don't have them here. We have a real strong gaming commission, and they're keeping everyone out they can.
Shout out Becky Harris.
Oh, really? Is that?
Well, she's a friend.
Okay.
But I know Nevada. So I'm actually interested in this. So there was a lot of drama with Kalshi and the Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
Because you cannot play Kalshi in Nevada. One of the things that they did, even when digital sports betting came around, you had to deposit into your app at the window.
I remember doing that.
So as Nevada guys, how do you feel about Nevada's, I don't know if we want to talk out of turn or if that's a crazy question.
No, this is
crazy.
But this is still like in the movie Casino, when you see the county commissioner come in and Mr. Rothstein talking to him, and he said, Mr. Rothstein, you'll never know how it works. You're all just our guest. And it's still that way here. They don't want another Cantor Gaming coming in town, effing things up. Cantor Gaming came in here, they were levied the biggest fine. I think it was 27 and another 5, 32 million in fines against them for a lot of the things they did wrong. Cantor Gaming, a spinoff of a division of Cantor Fitzgerald. And they just don't want anything happening here. And let's be blunt. I have Derek Stevens coming on. We have some very strong individual owners here in town. Michael Gaughan, Derek Stevens, the guy that owns Treasure Island. What's his name? Treasure Island guy?
Jack Sparrow.
Phil Ruffin. Did you say Jack Sparrow?
I'm sorry, that's a bad joke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you said Jack Sparrow.
That's really good.
I do the jokes.
That's a pretty quick line, actually. Yeah. I'm proud of you for that one, Geoff.
The rest of the jokes are all cracks.
That was good.
No, I overstepped.
But we have very strong gaming companies here also. So they are cracking down on people or new things trying to come in. So tell us before we get off here what exactly you offer. It's WagerWire.com and the WagerWire app, correct?
Yeah.
And you can go on there and you could see the marketplace. Am I saying the right word?
Yeah, and for the people that watch your show, they're probably very familiar, right?
Yeah.
And so if you have a parlay, basically we can help you beat cash out, right? Because what we are is a peer-to-peer cash out. So rather than just take what the book is offering you, you could name your price, what you think is fair, and that's what our calculator does. It helps you find out what fair value is. We can actually determine the rip-off rate, we call it, of what the additional vig, right? And with same-game parlays, it's crazy. It's actually a black box. We call it, there's a correlation tax. There's all these correlation taxes, additional vigs. We'll help you calculate that. We'll let you know what the fair value is. And then you can post it for sale. We'll let you know what we think will move. We'll say it's an A, B, or C, just like a StubHub. And that's how it started. We wanted to, bring that, what eventually became prediction markets, to online sports betting. Now, with predictions, which we're doing not here in the US, but abroad, I can actually announce it here for the first time. What we're gonna launch soon is, if you submit your screenshot of your bet, we'll give you a price that we think we can sell it for, and it'll always be cash out. And the way that we're gonna do that is our market makers are gonna hedge it on a prediction market.
Oh, smart.
Oh, I didn't even know that was happening, that aspect
So
of
you
it.
guys essentially just become the buyers.
So we're the best cash out in town. Don't do it with the book.
Right.
Yeah, we know, like, when you get offered a cash out, like
Rip off.
DraftKings.
It's obscene.
Obscene. Some of them are just crazy.
It's obscene. And it's the reason that prediction markets came into power, I think, is
Right.
because the books, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered, they weren't willing to just give up that margin.
Yeah.
They had to keep that fat margin. And everyone was locked into their positions, and they couldn't even put up the hedge equity they needed to guarantee their spot. And these guys were just getting drilled. Now a couple of guys from MIT come in with economics degrees, and they say, forget all that. And that's why the whole industry's in trouble.
Do you think we'll ever see the day where Kalshi or
Yeah.
DraftKings, you can make that?
Maybe not DraftKings. I think Kalshi has a little more ground to step on there. So DraftKings, their office is right here in town.
It's crazy to me.
They're approving bets right here in town in Nevada, but yet we don't have a place to bet them here. And as far as the DraftKings and these other sites, they're getting into the prediction market area now. So
They have to.
They have to.
Because to protect no one wants to cash out with them anymore, right?
Right.
And it's like they were, I feel like, squeezing the consumer for so long because they were the only game in town. And I feel like it's the same toxic attitude that got Nevada in trouble. It's like, we're the only game in town.
Right.
And so we can do whatever we want. But in a capitalist society, the customer's always going to be right on a long enough timeline.
Right.
Cool. Well, listen, thanks for coming on.
Well,
people know a little more. What else
Can
you
I
want to
ask
talk
you
about?
a question?
Go ahead.
What do you think about prediction markets? And have you used one?
No, I haven't living here, but I'm going to be traveling a little bit more. And no, how can you bet baseball in when you have 20-cent baseball lines? Nevada has like 15-cent lines, 20-cent lines. You're laying $1.50. You're coming back $1.15. I seen $1.15. I'm used to coming back $1.40. Prediction markets, the fair market value, $1.45 on both sides. So, literally, that's the fair number. Minus 145, the ask and the bid 144, whatever it may be. You have and then there's of course there's a little bit of they have to make money. So let's call it a 2-cent line. It's hard to bet sports. It was going to be one of my subjects for today. It's actually hard to bet sports in Nevada. Imagine me saying that. Sports betting capital of the world. It's hard for me now with Superbook closed. I have here Circa. I have South Point. I have to go in person at the counter. The app doesn't take as much. I have the win on the app. I can't name anywhere else that I really have. That I do have BetMGM. They're pretty good to me. BetMGM, because they're a sponsor of one of my shows. I can't bet at Caesars. I can't bet at the stations. I can go on and on. And places are closing and closing more and more. There was 23 places for me to bet 23 years ago when I came to town. Now I have less than 5.
That's
so
crazy.
I will be doing some traveling though, just to see how it works during football season. To see how some of the other. I was in New Jersey.
Football, right?
I was in New Jersey a lot until they stopped retail. FanDuel pulled up retail in Atlantic City. A lot of the Atlantic City books scared to death the New Jersey books. So it is cat and mouse, but I'm hearing there's more things to do, more places, so we'll see what it's like. And WagerWire, great place to option here to buy out and get some make some money, guys. So make sure you check them out.
I would say it's one of the great honors and privileges of my life to be here knowing these guys. We don't know anything. We're here to learn, but I think we're on the side of the better, just like you guys.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question? One more question?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Sure, get as much time as you want, camera time. I don't blame you. Go ahead. It is what it is. Go ahead.
I'm chewing up the scenery.
It's California guys. You can't help yourself.
California guys.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you were at Superbook for a really long time, right?
Yeah.
And Westgate was like a...
Loved it there.
Right, and there's very few originators, right, of lines. We're at another one,
Yes.
right? So Caesars takes over Westgate. How does that change Superbook, and how did you end up here now?
Well, you have to ask them. I don't know how it changes Superbook. They have kiosks there, I'm told. Caesars is taking over the sports betting there.
So they just won't let you bet?
Well, Caesars, I'm not allowed to bet at Caesars. You know, I can bet at the counter. I just can't bet on the app. So I'm sure I can go in there and bet, but I just can't bet on the app, which is more easy for me. But I think the Super Contest is still a big part of that. And they'll never be as big as Circa with the no rake and, the giant, they have a Survivor here. It's like the biggest thing. There's shows on it. There's media coverage. But I think that's why Caesars bought Superbook for that Super Contest, in my opinion. And eventually, probably wanted to go nationwide, just like Circa would love to go. I have a question for Derek today about maybe getting more of a broad. Well, I shouldn't say that. It would have to be where that sports book is, though. I think Circa's in a few different states. So Caesars, it seems like they're everywhere. They didn't care about losing money. They cared about branding. So they're everywhere. Circa's in 3 or 4 states. And eventually, I think they'll have a crossover of their traffic to get into these contests, make it giant. So we'll see what's going to happen.
And no matter what state you're in, whether it's Superbook or Circa, and you have a Survivor entry, you can sell it on WagerWire. We'll help you price it.
There you go. You guys are legal in every state?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. There you go. You learn something new every day. All right, are you done? Hey, whoa.
Hey, we're going to lunch later, though, right?
All right. Sounds good. Good deal.